Hi everyone, it's Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, we're going to be making this inspirational card that is using the beautiful Falling in Love designer series paper with some of the embellishments from the Occasions catalog and this verse from Isaiah that's on the Rose Wonder stamp set. I love this set. I purchased it because of the sentiments and the fonts. They're just beautiful. So anyway, we're going to start with a piece of Sahara sand cardstock, cut it 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 5 1/2, and I'm going to match these corners and just give it a good burnish on that crease. Okay, the designer series paper I've chosen is this particular print. It's beautiful, beautiful prints in that designer series paper collection. And this one has Sahara sand and sweet sugar plum in it. And I'm going to attach that here, but that's cut 4 by 5 1/4 to provide that top layer on top of the base of the card. Sometimes, you know, your designer paper and then your sentiment is just so bold and profound and just strong that you don't need a whole lot on your card, and that's what I was going for with this look. Now, I already have stamped and cut this verse in Sahara sand on Very Vanilla cardstock, and I used the largest oval from the Stitched Shapes framelits. We have ovals, circles, and then on the back or squares, and I cut that out already. And then I'm going to use one of the lace doilies, the Very Vanilla side. We're going to mount that like that. And then I wanted to show you how I did this little embellishment here. Very easy, but really, really adds to the card, I think. So let's go ahead and adhere these pieces down. So I'm just going to take my liquid glue and put a few dots. And I want this like in this upper right here, where it'll be peeking out from behind this oval. Then I'm going to take the oval and I'm going to put it just about like that. All right, so you see there it is, ready to go, but it needed something else, and so that's why I justified it more toward the right, because I knew I was going to put an embellishment here. So I have this Very Vanilla ribbon. Let's see, how wide is this? 1/4 inch. And this is in the Occasions catalog. I'm just going to fold it over like that, and I make it a little longer than I think I need, so I can just trim it what I don't need. Here is the Very Vanilla lace trim, 1/2 inch, that is in the big annual catalog from Stampin' Up. And I'm just going to fold that in half too, about the same length. I can always trim it a little. And then I have linen thread, one of my favorites. And I'm just going to take this and tie it. I go about 1 inch or 1 1/4 inches down or so from the top of the loops. And I'm going to just tie a knot. First, I'm going to cut off so that I can tie more easily. I really should move my card. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to tie a knot here, leaving those 2 loops at the top, just like that. I'm going to adjust that a little bit. Give it a tight squeeze there, and then I'm going to tie it again to secure it. And then I'm going to add one of the Falling in Love embellishments. These are beautiful. They're in Very Vanilla little flowers and really sparkly with those rhinestones. And I'm just going to thread that linen thread through one of those petals, those open petals, and then I'm going to tie another knot. And that's what's going to secure it. It's just an alternate way to use these rather than adhering with a glue dot to your project. So I'm probably going to play with that just a little bit after I get it on. All right, let's turn that. I do want that sitting on top. We're going to trim these a bit. I'm going to get my card and see how that is size-wise. I think I want to pull this up just a bit. Tighten those loops a little bit. And let's see. I think I like that length of those ribbons and the lace. So I'm just going to trim this linen thread a little bit and see how that looks. Do that out of the way. Okay, that's going to be adhered right there. And I kind of tuck these underneath this flower because the linen thread sometimes has a mind of its own and wants to just stick up, and I want it laying pretty flat. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. It's a little longer than my original card. I can still trim it if I need to after I get it adhered, but let's go ahead and do that. So I've got my glue dots, and I put one behind the linen thread on the back. And then I take the little embellishment itself, and I try to get a couple of those on the back of that embellishment. And that's what's really going to give us a good hold. Okay, so let's turn it back like we like it. And I'm pushing down first behind the linen thread knot. Then I'm going to arrange my little ribbons and lace. I don't want it to cover the verse, so I'm going to move that just a tad and adhere it like that. Okay, let's get the other one and see, compare. This one is a little shorter, but that's okay. It's a different look. This one, see, has more sweet sugar plum in it. This is a more subdued look. Okay, which one do you think you like the best? I think if I make this again, I'll go more subdued. This is a little brighter. It's still pretty, but, you know, personal preference, I guess. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Really take a look at those sentiments in that Rose Wonder set. It's not a new set, but if you haven't looked at this and you need cards to send to people just almost for any occasion, there's birthday, thank you, wedding, sympathy, just really nice sentiments there. It's a great set. Okay, let me know if you need anything. Please visit my website at inkandinspirations.com, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.